I am a juggernaut of art. I have a beautiful voice, but conservative for Barnacle. How do you all feel about moving in about 20 feet? Yeah. How do you all little closer to be more of an intimate experience?
Tell us when to stop. We're all friends.
I'm not going to stay stop here. Okay, fine. There we go. Get comfortable. Listen, if you don't feel like you get muddy, just stay here. You can put it on your booty if you want to sit down.
I got one.
So thank you all for being here. It actually, to see so many of your faces, it really warms my heart that you would take time out of an amazing event. We all traveled a long time to get here and support these two wonderful people. So I appreciate you all, and thank you so much for coming. About 5 years ago, I was knighted just up there after a pretty grueling trial, and at that time, Frejya was my retainer as a squire, and as I was elevated to become a knight, after 20 long years as a squire, which I do not recommend, Frejya was elevated to be my squire, and has been for the last 5 years. Tumultuous, pandemic-ridden years. A year later, Runa and I spoke, and she agreed to also join my family as a squire. And I've worked closely with both of them in a variety of ways. My order has a pretty specific, pretty long list encompassing a variety of elements of participation in the sport that include service to the sport, realms to events, participation, activity, knowledge and enrichment, to understand the path, to understand what knighthood means, whether you're looking at the historical lens or how you can apply those to yourself. Honor, on the field and off the field. How you conduct yourself, how you interact with other people in this very precious community. And fighting. You're a fighting group. So as you mastered your chosen arms, can you teach that mastery to other people that you might meet? Leadership. And last is teaching, both the arts and they have endeavored over the last 4 to 5 years to work on each of these items on this list and completed their list. And now this portion of their journey ends, and the next portion of their journey begins. Certainly, I do not recommend being a squire for 20 years. Knock that out way earlier and begin your life as a young knight, learning and growing and developing over that course. So, I want to say a couple of words about Frejya, incredible human being, and has done so much for her realm, volunteering, building. Being a realm leader is a pretty tough job. It's a lot of days by yourself with a bag full of weapons and no one showing up, and sitting there on a Saturday saying, what the fuck am I doing here? And those of you who've been realm leaders know exactly what that's like and how shitty that is. And everyone's going on vacation, you're like, I gotta be there to show up for practice with the loners. And Frejya has done that. Frejya has not just been active in Bellegarth, but has very aggressively pursued interest in the SCA and in other groups developing artistic skills. You know, Frejya, if you've been to Bardic competitions, you've seen her dancing, belly dancing, you've seen probably a lot of the garb that she has sewn herself. And then if you've locally been watching, you're probably seeing a lot of, like, in the scriptorium where she's been doing a lot of formal calligraphy. And so, if it's interesting, she's gonna be interested. Runa, incredible, you know, if you've ever been to an event and had some shit go down, you've probably interacted with Runa. If you got drunk and shit your pants out there, you probably interacted with Runa. I'm not saying I have, but I know you. Yeah, I know a lot of homes here. So, you know, what I love about Runa is even like very early on, as they were growing their ability to fight and participate, they felt an extremely strong pull towards taking care of this community. And that is a pretty unique and special attribute of a human being. Like, not everyone comes to an event and it's like, how can I take care of everyone here? They're like, how can I like slam some fireball and kick the shit out of someone on the field? Like, so it's very unique to come to an event and like take on a second job. a lot of work, especially security, which is one of the shittiest jobs you can get because you're not going to bed at night when you're tired, you're staying up all night, and you're dealing with people in pretty rough situations personally, interacting with other people. And it takes a pretty thick skin, and it takes a lot of care and a lot of heart to do that job. Not just to do that job, but to run security, and be in charge of it, and encourage other people to join you and recruit more people. So whether it's growing a realm, or whether it's protecting all of us, to me, these two individuals represent everything that I would hope a knight could be, and everything that I personally strive to be. So, Squires Runa and Squire Frejya, have you completed your list that I have given you?
Yes.
Then you are no longer my squires. Squires, please remove their squire symbol and take my symbol off of them. This portion of your journey is over. Do you have colors that you have designed and prepared?
Yes. Yes.
Squires, please garb them in their colors. Yeah. This is not like some shitty tabard like many of us have gone through. These are crafters, so this is going to be an involved piece here.
So bougie.
So amazing. Thank you, Squires. Frejya and Runa, I challenge you to remember the meaning of the herald's reading. And to remember that as you wear it, you represent yourself in out of combat, and as you represent yourself in combat.
Hey, I was enjoying
I
that.
also challenge you to carefully choose squires for yourself that will represent your symbol on the field of battle and off the field. Because whatever they do represents you. Alright, is there a belt? A white belt.
Yes.
Now that you are not naked, and before we continue with some other element of your station seems to be, I've had a chance to speak to them. I just did at the beginning of this, express my feeling and relationship with them, but I asked each of them to choose 3 people that have had a lot of interaction with them that could also speak for them. So Frejya, if you could begin and invite your 3 people to come forward and speak for you.
Frejya, for years I have had the opportunity to watch you face adversity after adversity. Bend them to your will and determination. As you step into this station, it will no longer be sufficient for you to be this, but instead, you will need to find the way to empower the community as a whole with your determination. And I have faith that you will do so. Mother of Saracor, daughter of Norcalia, I'm excited to invite you to join me as sister. Remember that a title does not entitle. If everyone would join me, we do this once instead of 3 times, and loud so that they can feel it. The 2 of you will close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Thank you.
Yeah.
Late.
Hi, I'm Sir Carp. I fully endorse the knighting. To me, knighting is a knighthood spirit. It's about excellence, and not only excellence, but it's about an application of excellence towards community service. For one, Freyya's excellence, whether it be she's a fierce combatant, a fantastic garber, and a dedicated community servant. And you have applied your excellence towards community service. You've made ideas and implemented them into the community. A great example is Camp Get Good. Love that event. I'd love to see another one. So that's another thing. I'm Sir Carp's capable. Something I really value is capability, and in all areas, try your best to be good at everything. Freyya, to me, seems like a shining example of that in all areas. So you guys don't have to yell.
Huzzah. Huzzah. Huzzah.
Sir Kyrian.
Thank you, Freyya, for asking me to speak at your knighting. I am truly honored. Today is a special day. We are here to recognize Freyya's achievements and character. Today is the first step in a larger journey, a journey of growth, challenge, perspiration, and inspiration. I'm often asked, what does knighthood mean to me? It is recognition and acknowledgement of a person's excellence and character. It is being a positive force for the Bellegarde community. It represents the highest ideals of service to building and growing Bellegarde. And what does that look like? Look no further than Freyya standing before you. To Freyya, a few gentle admonitions as you embark on this journey. You are human. You make mistakes. Admit your mistakes and seek to correct them to the best of your ability. Lead by example. Be the person you wish others to be. The exemplar, the paragon, the person people point to when one asks, what should a knight be like? Never forget that we were once the people in the crowd today. Be kind, generous, and helpful to new members of our community. Inspire and mentor them, for they are our future. Never forget that the oath you make today in the front of the people in attendance, the outward symbols of that commitment, your heraldry, a belt, a chain, they are all ultimately empty symbols without the character and drive to uphold it. Respect is earned. Strive to do so with your actions and your words every day. And never forget that as a knight, each of us represents all of us. Talented, skilled, persevering, and a friend. These are but a few words that come to mind when I think of how to describe Freyya. Congratulations.
Huzzah.
Runa, is there anyone that would speak for you? Oh, sorry.
Psych. Zale's speaking for both of us.
Yeah, okay. I have words for both of us.
Zale the red.
Sir Zale.
Thank you for not using us.
No.
So, we three started the sport probably within about a month of each other. And I am so excited to see what you guys bring. Courage to California, to Bellegarde. I very firmly believe that knights are the ground that everyone else gets to walk. We are here to support everyone around us, and I am more than confident.
Thank you.
Huzzah. Huzzah. Thank you, Zale.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
All right, Runa, please invite those who would speak for you.
Start with Sir Torx.
Runa, Your dedication to service and the safety of this community has been inspirational, not just to myself, but events all across the state and Western Belgrade, and probably beyond that. Without your contributions to event Autocrating, my own event Phoenix Rising, this event, and many others would not be run as smoothly or as securely as they have been. Nights are not made, they are recognized. I think you should take a second, look around, and see the community that is recognizing you here today. I'm so excited and look forward to seeing where you take your path next and what you contribute in the future.
Sir Yuri.
It's been an absolute privilege to work with Runa on security for this event, both when she started just showing up going, hey, can I help? To now being one of the heads of security for this entire event. I can't sleep if I don't know that the people here are secure, and I've had sleepless nights here where I have to say I wasn't feeling like everything was where I wanted it. And when Runa's here, I sleep fine. I just don't have to worry. So many people who step up in the kind of ways that you do are so proud that they're tough. Kind of an asshole, but when the chips are down, they get it done. A lot of other people who volunteer for the kind of tasks, like I'm easy to work with. I'll work with anybody, and kind of a fountain of drama and problems when the chips are down. Somehow Runa actually has both of the good sides of this. The actual ability to work calmly with anyone on anything. One of the worst things you can have in a crisis is someone who is so amped up that they make it worse. And yet some people are so calm they can't actually fix a problem. And believe me, I have watched the chips and worse things be down many, many, many times. And when Runa's there, you're going to be okay. The talent for balance, knowing when to set something down and when to pick that burden back up again, these are skills every bit as difficult to teach